how do, folks, and a great big Western welcome from the lucky you to you. By golly, we've got so many exciting things planned for today, I don't know where to begin.
Well, then, why don't you start from start by the most important part of the procedure? I mean, why don't you...
What do you mean, Shug Fisher?
Why, you knucklehead, I mean my dramatic play.
Oh, no, anything but that, Shug.
Well, I'll have you know I've read for some of the greatest actors in the show business.
I'm sure you have, Shug.
Why, great and illiterate writers have stolen some of my writings and put them out under their own name and become famous.
Oh, Shug, whoever did that?
Shakespeare.
For your information, Fisher, Shakespeare has been dead for hundreds of years.
He has?
Yes.
Why, that's the sneakiest thing I ever heard of. You'd have think he would have told me.
Shug, get out of here and get back to your herd and your bull fiddle while we ride herd on the Columbus Stockade Blues.
Way down in Columbus, Georgia, wanna be back in Tennessee. Way down in Columbus Stockade, friends have turned their backs on me. Go and leave me if you want. Cross your mind in your heart. You love another. Leave me, darling, I don't mind.
Last night, as I lay sleeping, I dreamed I held you in my arms. When I woke, I was mistaken. I was peeping through the bars.
Go and leave me if you want to. Let me cross your mind in your heart. You love another. Leave me, little darling, I don't mind.
Thank you very much, folks. How about that, Shug?
How about what?
That tune.
Oh, I wasn't paying any attention to that. I was busy reading.
Well, maybe you weren't paying any attention, but your bass fiddle is still smoking. What were you reading? The spring edition of the mail order catalog, or...
Oh, you knucklehead. I was reading poetry. I may decide to write some myself.
Oh, you better not, Shug. Shakespeare might steal it from you.
Now, button your lip there, Kenneth. I may forget this is Christmas and butt you.
I was only kidding, Shug. What kind of poetry are you reading?
Yeah, Christmas poems. There's one called The Night Before Christmas. And it says something that I don't quite savvy.
Yeah? What does it say?
It says, the children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums did dance through their heads. What do you reckon sugar plum is?
Well, that's easy. Sugar plums are, well, they're sort of a, well, I kind of forget, but they're sort of a thing.
That means candy, Ken.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, I've got an even better idea for old St. Nick, and that's to stuff Mr. Peanut's nickel bag of those crisp, crunchy, always fresh salted peanuts smack dab down into the toes of those Christmas stockings. Why, Planters peanuts, those salted peanuts, are so good for Santa's little helpers because they're packed full of food energy. You know, speaking of Planters peanuts, be sure you have plenty of Planters cocktail salted peanuts on hand to pass around when the folks make their Christmas rounds. Why, those blue and yellow vacuum cans are surprise packages of goodness. They're packed cram jam full of big, plump peanuts. They're roasted and toasted by an exclusive Planters process. And for an extra special treat, buy Planters salted mixed nuts, too. Planters' own delicious mixtures of peanuts, almonds, cashews, and filberts in vacuum cans. Yes, sir, Mr. Peanut can make it a merrier Christmas for lucky you. Just remember, Planters is the word for peanuts, and for mixed nuts, too.
Yodeler, that was Frankie Tex Messina, our range boss, riding that accordion-pleated Bronco of his to the tune of Undecided.
Say, Ken, how are we fixed up for our Gold Deed Award today?
I can answer that, Lloyd.
Well, did you find one, Tommy?
I sure did. You know, after you fellas went to bed last night, well, I was looking through the mail, and I found a letter that tells about a person I think would make a wonderful neighbor down on the Lucky U.
Well, that's fine, Tommy, and we have time right now, so why don't you read it to us and the folks listening in out along the Lucky U line?
I'd like to. The letter says, Dear Sons of the Pioneers, I am no writer of big words or fancy letters, but I listen to your program and the letters you read about those who get the deed to an acre of land for a good deed. So I want to tell you about a boy who was just 16 years old. An older couple moved into our neighborhood. They were far away from family and friends, and they try to care for a large stock farm, a big job for much younger people. But they do all they can. Little Don Skippy Dorn saw that they needed help, and he took it upon himself to help this old couple, knowing he would receive no pay, just a smile and a big thank you from them. Their finances are too small to do any more, but this doesn't stop Skippy. He is always there when needed. It makes no difference what the job. Feeding cattle, hogs, hauling corn or gravel, or even helping with the dishes, because he knows that after she has been out all day working, why, she is tired. Few nights go by that he doesn't go over and sit with them because he knows they are lonesome for their own children who are far away. I know what this boy does because, you see, me and my husband are the ones that Skip helps. That's why I feel Skippy deserves your gold deed, a young man giving his time for an old couple. The letter is signed Mr. and Mrs. Cave Marshall, Potomac, Illinois, Route 1.
Letter, and Don Dorn is more than deserving of our Gold Deed Award to an acre of Lucky U land. It's wonderful to think of a young fellow like that taking the time and effort to help out others less fortunate than himself. Everybody has a spirit of giving during the Christmas season, but that young fella carries that spirit in his heart all year round. So along with your gold deed for your good deeds, Don, we pioneers would like to salute you with a song. It's entitled Galway Bay, and it features the voice of Ken Curtis.
If you ever go across the sea to Ireland, then maybe at the closing of your day, you will sit and watch the moon rise over Clodagh and see the sun go down on Galway Bay.
For the breeze is blowing across the sea from Ireland, our perfume by the heather as they blow, and the women in the uplands digging crazies speak a language that the strangers do not know.
For the strangers came and tried to teach us their way. They scorned us just for being what we are. But they might as well go chasing after moonbeams or light a penny candle from a star. And if there's going to be a life hereafter, and somehow I am sure there's going to be,
I will ask my God to let me make my heaven in that dear land across the Irish Sea.
Thank you very much, and Merry Christmas, Don Dorn, and thank you again, Mr. and Mrs. Cave Marshall, for writing us about such a swell young fella. Say, Carl, have you heard from Rex Allen?
I sure have, Lloyd. I talked to him this morning, and he'll be at our Christmas party tomorrow. In fact, he was polishing the silver on Coco's saddle when I called.
Well, now, that's fine, Carl. I know the kids love Rex and his horse, Coco, and those swell comic books of his, too.
And also, Lloyd, the folks have sent in some swell toys for our party, and it's going to be a real Western Christmas.
By golly, those little cowboys and cowgals are really going to have fun tomorrow.
They sure will. Say, why don't we play a good old rawhider for those kids to sort of get them into the Western spirit?
Well, you know, now, that's a good idea, Carl. So come on, pioneers, let's crack the whip over that Stan Jones epic of the West, the Song of the Wagon Master.
I left my gal in West Virginia, fell in behind the wagon train. Another I left in old Kentucky, fell in behind the wagon train. Oh, the white tops are rolling, rolling the big wheel. And when I reach that promised land for a gal, I'll still be yearning.
I left my gal in Indiana,
fell in behind the wagon train.
another I left in old Missouri,
fell in behind the wagon train. Oh, the white tops are rolling, rolling, the big wheels keep on turning. And when I reach that promised land for the gal, I'll still be yearning. I left my gal away back yonder, fell in behind the wagon train. I'm lonesome 'cause I had to wander, fell in behind the wagon train. Oh, the white tops are rolling, rolling, the big wheels keep on turning. And when I reach that promised land for the gal, I'll still be yearning. White tops are rolling, rolling, the big wheels keep on turning. There's a new little gal in the promised land. Already I'm a yearning.
That's a song about the old pioneers coming west.
Yippee! Yippee!
Well, now, hold it. Betty, what in the world has happened to you?
Oh, I'm sorry, fellas, but when I hear those Western tunes, I just want to hop on my cayuse, blow the saddle horn, and loaf away.
Oh, my. Wait. Betty, the word is lope, and you don't blow a saddle horn. I think you've been reading up on the wrong kind of Western lore.
Oh, really, Lloyd? Well, I guess I shouldn't have tried to impress you fellows, but Shug says that...
What did Shug say?
Well, he brought over his play last night and told me we were going to do it today. And that's the kind of talk he had in it.
Well, now it's beginning to make sense. Shug seems to be bound and determined he's going to put on his play today.
Well, somebody has to do something around here to get people talking about the little lucky you.
Well, don't worry, Shug. After your Fisher's pack-saddle players are through, they'll talk all right.
You aren't kidding, Lloyd. In fact, we'll probably be written up.
You mean the papers?
No, in a summons.
Kenneth, you're trying my... You're going too far, and I'm a-telling you.
Hold it just a minute. Wait just a minute, Shug. Before this becomes an international incident, do you mind if Betty and I sing a duet? Well, Shug, I know this is a season for giving, so I promise we'll give in and do your drama right after Betty and I sing.
You will?
Yeah, if you'll let us try and inject a little Christmas spirit into the proceedings first.
Oh, that's okay with me, Lloyd, old Lloyd. On account of I have to talk to George about setting the stage anyway.
Well, now, that's darn white of you, Shug.
Thank you.
Betty, how about us trying a chorus or two of Santa Claus is Coming to Town?
I like it.
I like it.
Well, I grab, then do it.
You better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. He's making a list and checking it twice. He's gonna find out who's naughty and nice. Santa Claus is coming to town.
He sees you when you're sleeping.
And he knows when you're away.
He knows if you've been better good.
So be good for goodness sake. Oh, you better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town.
With little tin horns and little toy drums.
Root-a-toot-toots and
Santa Claus is coming to town.
And curly-head dolls that toddle and coo.
elephants, boats, and kiddie cars, too.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
The kids in girl and boyland will have a jubilee.
They're going to build a toyland town all around the Christmas tree.
So you better watch out. You better not cry. Better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. All his reindeer running. Santa Claus is coming into town.
Well, it was my pleasure, Lloyd.
Let's see now. What were we going to do now?
Hey, George, go ahead, old Putt, and tell them about it.
Now, Shug?
Yeah, right now, before they think of something else to do.
Well, okay.
Say, what are you two mumbling about?
George has an important an announcement to make, Knucklehead. Go ahead, George.
All right, Shug. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time I present a very special event on the Lucky You.
That's the way to do it.
Am I doing all right?
Yeah.
For the first time, you're going to hear Shug Fisher's Pack Saddle Players.
Say that again.
All right, I will. Shug Fisher's Pack Saddle Players in a stirring drama of the Old West.
Uh-oh. Guess we're in for it, fellers.
And take your places, you knucklehead. We're making history.
That's what I'm afraid of.
Quiet, Kenneth. Continue your recitation, Continue. Go ahead, George.
This melodrama takes place in the Old West. Our scene, the quiet little town of Texas. As our scene opens, we find Sheriff Fisher and his rangers riding up to the Silver Dollar Malt Shop.
Whoa! Come on, everybody, into the Silver Dollar for a sarsaparilla bottle of pop. No, not you, horses. Just the men. Come on, fellas. Well, howdy, Judge Peabody. Did you send for me?
I sure did, Sheriff Fisher. Thank heaven you got here safe. Having any trouble?
Judge, I've been pounding letter for 2 to 3 days. Rode till the seat of my pants wore thin. I finally came through. Why'd you send for me, Judge?
Well, Black Bart and his gang of rustlers have taken over this town.
Black Bart around now?
Nope. There's one of his gang sitting over there at that table eating a crab louie.
Eating a crab louie, huh? I'll go over and talk to him. All right, Louie, drop that crap. Where's Black Bart?
Well, I don't know, but that's his woman that's standing over there. That is her singing when you walked in.
She's got a nice range.
Her kitchen ain't bad neither.
I think I'll go over and have a talk with her. Pardon me, miss, but I understand you're Black Bart's gal friend.
Gal friend?
Yeah.
I'm his wife, Daisy Rifle.
Daisy Rifle?
That's right. I'm the mother of his baby.
Well, if Black Bart's got a wife and children, how come he went crooked?
He had a good job rounding up cattle, but they fired him because he was bow-legged.
Fired him for being bow-legged?
Yeah. He couldn't keep his calves together.
Well, kind of hate to tell you this, Daisy, but I got to get your husband, dead or alive.
Sheriff, I'll give you $5,000 if you let him go.
Yeah.
I've got the $5,000 right here in my stocking.
The Bank of America never had branches like that.
Turn your back, and I'll get the money for you.
All right. My back's turned. Ma'am, that's a mighty noisy garter you got there.
Sheriff, Black Bart, here he comes now.
Stand back, Judge. Black Bart, Fisher's my name. I reckon you know yours.
Howdy, Fred.
I'm placing you under arrest.
Under arrest? What have I did?
I'll tell you what you did. You held up the stage 12 times. You rustled 3,000 head of cattle. You killed 36 men, burnt down the courthouse. Why, you've even stooped so low as to pull up small corn. What do you got to say to that?
Well, none of us is perfect.
Black Bart, you're just an all-around bad actor.
You ain't no Ronald Coleman yourself, Fred.
Bart, be careful. You're talking to Six-Gun Fisher.
Yeah? If you're Six-Gun Fisher, how come you're only wearing 2 guns?
Well, with 6 guns, every time I take a step, my pants fall down. Black Bart, I'm a-taking you in.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, there goes my left ear. No, there goes my right ear.
Why don't you shoot back?
I can't see you, knucklehead. My ears were holding my hat up.
Here, I'll help.
Oh, yeah.
That's what you get for wearing a 10-gallon hat on a 5-gallon head. Shoot, quick, Bart, make a good away.
Another Skinner paid off. Lay there and kick.
You got me, Sheriff. I'm a-dying.
I had to do it, Bart. Here, I'll help you take your boots off.
No, Sheriff. Leave 'em on. I want to die with my boots on.
Why do you want to die with your boots on?
I was afraid. I don't want to stub my toe when I kick the bucket.
Cummins, nothing will. Before Shug comes up with any other ideas, let's all listen to Hugh Forrest stir up a little breeze with his flying fiddle and Wagner. When you get that fiddle of his in a dead run, there's nobody can catch him. Thank you very much, Hugh. Say, while I think of it, do you have a thought for today?
Well, in a way, it's a thought, Lloyd. I just want to take a few seconds to thank everybody for sending in their gifts for the little kids we're having our Christmas party for tomorrow, and to tell them that all of us here on Lucky You Ranch we're sending our very, very best wishes for a Merry Christmas.
See them tumbling down, pledging their love to the ground. Lonely but free I'll be found, drifting along with the tumbling tumbleweed.
Well, sir, that does it again. We've come to the end of today's ride once again, but it's been a lot of fun visiting with all of you friends again, and we're going to be looking forward to entertaining those small fry tomorrow. Say, by the way, if some of you older folks aren't too busy, will you pull up a chair alongside your radios and join us at our good old Western Christmas party? We know you'll enjoy it, too. So until tomorrow, this is George Putnam saying, for all the sons of the pioneers, Betty Taylor, Frankie Messina, Shug Fisher, and the whole gang, a very Merry Christmas! So until tomorrow, Merry Christmas, and be lucky, you. American Gold on ABC, the American Broadcasting Company.